What's up, guys? It's Alamo from the Battle Bros podcast here, and we are now officially on day 14 of BROS.mas. Today, we're looking into something actually really freaking cool. We're going to be looking into military Christmas traditions. First up on the list, we have tracking Santa. Now, I'm not necessarily sure that everybody's familiar with this one, considering the fact that NORAD actually tracks Santa every December 24th. This tradition was established back in December of 1955. Back in 1955, in a little town called Colorado Springs, Colorado, a newspaper outlet actually made the boo-boo of flubbing up a phone number to call Santa, where kids could call in and actually tell them about the gift they actually really wanted at the time. Unknown to the children at the time was that the number that was actually posted by the newspaper was a flub. They were actually calling the Continental Air Defense Command Operations Center. During this time, this was actually the full-time post of Colonel Harry Shoup. Now, you would think that given how many phone calls these people were probably getting, all the operators and all these military personnel that they were getting at the time, you figured, especially Colonel Shoup himself would actually be a really big Scrooge about it, be a Grinch. But no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. This ended up sparking a tradition that has lasted for years now since that time. It extended into the area of operation of NORAD, who now every single year tracks Santa from the North Pole to every single place he goes in the world for the children. By the way, if you guys want to track where Santa is this year, I'll leave a link down in the description below. If it wasn't for Colonel Shoup and those military personnel that were on duty at the time, I don't think we'd have this Christmas tradition. So, you guys have him to thank for this one. Next on the list, we have something that was established over there in the Western Pacific Islands by the United States Air Force. And that would be Operation Christmas Drop. Back in 1952, a B-29 Superfortress was flying over the island of Kapinga Maringi. The crew of said aircraft witnessed the islanders from down below waving at them as they were flying by. Overcome by the Christmas spirit, these folks decided it was time to actually drop some goodies down for them. These goodies ended up being supplies that these islanders desperately needed during this time frame. The supplies were dropped in by parachute and again kicked off another Christmas tradition for our military. As of this day, the operation encompasses well over 50 islands in the Western Pacific. This year marking its 71st iteration. This one's going to be one for the record books, folks. I really hope this tradition keeps on going. On to the next. Coming in at number 3, we have Toys for Tots. Established back in 1947 by Marine Corps Major Bill Hendricks and his wife Diane, this organization was actually started to benefit the young children of the city of Los Angeles, those children that were actually not as fortunate as others. A cool little tidbit about all of this is that his wife Diane was actually making handcrafted dolls at the time. So, she actually distributed a lot of these across the places that they were actually giving them out. Another little fun fact is that Walt Disney himself, yes, the man famous for Mickey Mouse, actually created the logo for Toys for Tots, giving us probably one of the more well-recognized logos that you probably would ever see. After its broad success in the city of Los Angeles, the United States Marine Corps decided to adopt Toys for Tots and expand it nationwide, where they to this day serve children in less fortunate communities. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our crayon eaters and jarheads out there know no bounds with their generosity. And you know what? I love them and I'm here for it. Dropping in at number 4, we have Operation Toy Drop. Established back in 1998 by Army Staff Sergeant Randy Euler, Operation Toy Drop is an opportunity for our service members in the United States Army and Air Force to give back to the communities of North Carolina and the less fortunate. This is an event that has been a staple for Fort Liberty, formerly known as Fort Bragg, for over 11 years. And it's one operation that, in my personal opinion, needs to keep on going strong. At number 5, we have Operation Santa Claus. Started by the Alaska National Guard back in 1956, the purpose of this operation is to reach those communities and families that are very, very remotely set apart from everyone else in the state of Alaska. And by remote, I mean remote. One thing you gotta remember, folks, is Alaska is the #1 landmass in the country. So communities in that state are very, very, very far apart. During Operation Santa Claus, the Alaska National Guard, in conjunction with the Salvation Army, distribute, typically within 1,700 pounds, if not more, of goods from books, backpacks, as well as toys to children and communities all over the state. This is one of those events that the military goes through that I honestly want to do more research into, because I really, really, really want to see just how far-reaching this goes. I know for a fact that if you're talking about the state of Alaska, this place is huge, okay? Huge. To reach out to so many people in so many remote areas, it's got to be daunting, but it's also got to be very, very rewarding. Last but not least on the list is something that I thought was really cool: naval decorations. A tradition going on for decades, our sailors decide that while they're out on their ships, that during the holiday season, they're going to decorate their ships. What better way to go ahead and prepare for, if not get into the Christmas season mood, than decorating the one thing that you're living on for probably most of the time that you're in. Now, I've never decorated a ship. I've never even I barely decorate my house, which unfortunately I didn't get a chance to do this year. But I can't even imagine just how daunting something like that would actually be. But at the end of it all, I would imagine it would be very, very, very rewarding. Plus, it's one of those things that, as a sailor, if you're not home, you're away from your family, it gives you that taste of home that you need. I mean, hell, they gave us Christmas meals, they gave us Thanksgiving meals, so why not make your home away from home just that much more festive? I mean, sure, you're not going to have the gift exchange, maybe you might, but I think this is one of those things that, as a tradition goes, it's probably one of the things that's just a little bit more sweet and gives you that little taste of home that you need. And there you have it, folks. Military Christmas traditions. I didn't mention all of them, but I mean, heck, I'd have a heck of a lot longer of a video if I did. If there's any military Christmas traditions that you guys actually did while you were in, or if there's military Christmas traditions that you know of that family members while they were serving did, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. And as always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this stuff, man, because you know what, it helps us out a lot. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just go ahead and remember one thing, guys: be tenacious, refuse to surrender, obliterate your obstacles, seek out help in a time of need. I'll be seeing you guys later. Alamo out.